Hey, how are you doing? I'm Colin, welcome to Final Cut Bits. In this short tutorial, I want to show you how to change the duration of a clip. Sometimes you have still images you want to cut down to a precise amount of seconds, say 1 or 2 seconds. Other times you have a video shot that's still, you want to cut it down to 3 seconds because let's face it, sometimes you don't want a 10-second clip when it's the same kind of image. Alright, so we need to reduce those. Alright, what a lot of people do is they grab the edge and just kind of drag it. And you see there, now it's 2 seconds. Click that, 2 seconds. But if your screen's small, it's kind of fiddly. And you're doing it to this one as well. You're clicking that, you're dragging, and you see very easily you can get confused. So I'm dragging it, this is 4 seconds 9. So I'm dragging that, and don't do that. This is not the way, dude. This is not the way. Alright, I will tell you the way. You press the clip like that, then press Ctrl D, and then put 100 for 1 second. Enter, and you see this is now 1 second long. Alright, if I select all the clips, Command A, Ctrl D again, 100. All the clips are 1 second each. Alright, so it's a very, very quick way of doing it. And it's so easy. It's just Control D. Just memorize it. Alright, the more tricky part is if you want to get it to half a second. Alright, it's not very simple as you may think. Alright, so I'll press Control D again. And my instinct tells me I put 0.30 for half a second. And you see? It comes up at 1 second again. That's just wrong. That's not working. So we have to figure out the correct way of doing it. Okay, and I'll tell you what I've worked out and what it thinks like. It thinks from frames per second. This timeline is 30 frames per second, as you see there. And half a second, it's 15 frames. So we'd Control D again, 0.15. And that, my friends, 0.15, that is half a second. It says 0.015. That is half of the timeline, which is 30 frames per second. Alright? So that is half a second. And if you want to, well, to undo that, if I want to make it, say, 2.5 seconds, because sometimes you want it in between 2 or 3 seconds. You don't want it, sometimes 2 seconds too short, 3 seconds is too long. So we'll do Control D again. We'll do 2.15. And there we have it. 2 seconds, 1.5. So we can be confident that is 2.5 seconds. And if you're unsure, you can time it, when you do it. But that is how you change the time durations of your clips. Very quick and easy with a shortcut. And I hope they help you. And if you enjoy these tutorials, please hit that bell, please sub, and hit a like. And it's a pleasure to teach you, and hopefully you'll learn something from this. I know this is very simple. If it's above your level, then that's fine. That's fine. But I just try to be as simple as possible and explain things and keep these clips kind of short and straight to the point at beginner to intermediate level. Guys, how you doing? Welcome to Final Cut Bits. I'm Colin. In this short tutorial, I just want to talk about separating your audio from your video. There's times when you want to work with your audio separately to your video, because sometimes it's just a pain and being all attached together, and you're working and changing your audio volume, or you're doing some work to your audio. It's just good to do it on a separate track. Alright, so how do you do that? Well, there's a simple method really. So we right click, detach audio, or you can press Control S to do it, the same thing. If I undo that and press Control S, it's done the same thing. Alright, so now you can enlarge it if you want to enlarge it. Work with your audio. So you can see the audio is so much clearer there. You can do work and put things on, effects and things like that. Alright. But another problem is, another thing you can do, they are still stuck together. You move, they're both selected together. All right, you select one, they both select. So sometimes you just want to detach them from each other. All right. So what you need to do again is right click again and detach audio once again. So now you see it's actually moved that further away on a separate track itself. So now you can actually move it about as you like. So and those two still move together. But you're actually able to move the track, cut the audio if you want to cut it, move it, and put it in a different place. And you've got much more flexibility depending on your project, really. It's definitely a good idea to keep most things attached together, especially when it's all in sync. So that's it, really. I just want to keep it simple this time. Just Control S. But it's just as easy just to right click and do detach audio. Welcome to Final Cut Bits, I'm Colin. In this video, we're going to show you how to relink files. If you open your project and you find that your files are missing or not connected, so we need to relink them. In this particular case, I'm going to open this project. This one I've got highlighted here. So I just double click, and as we see, we've got a whole lot of missing files. And this is a bit of a headache, actually. It's a bit of a headache. So how do we fix this? Well, basically we have to find the source file. You see, there's some showing there, but we have to find the source file. So what we need to do, we click the project, and then as we see, right click, we don't have options. So make sure you're highlighted in the right project, then go to File in the top menu, and then you'll see it says Relink Files. Relink, in this case, I'm relinking the original media. I don't deal with proxies at the moment. So original media, it brings up the this list showing with 42 files missing. So we're going to go to locate all, and it helps if you know where your original files are. So I know they are in 2021. They're in this one here. So I'm gonna click the main folder. I could click the GoPro or the Sony, but I'll click the top headed folder. So we choose that, and this hopefully will locate them all. So then we press relink files, and you may have to do this more than once actually to get everything back, just to make sure you've not missed anything. As you see, they are all appearing now. So now all our project is back intact, and if we want to edit it and make some adjustments or re-export it again, here we go, we can do it. So it's just in case you had that problem, and now your timeline is back. In my case, I moved it from one drive to another, and I delete the footage files. There's so much space to save space, basically. So now I'm just going to get a screenshot for this video I'm going to put up. So welcome to Final Cut Bits, I'm Colin. Have you ever wondered how to duplicate a clip? And it's really easy. If you're not sure, just let's watch this video. Let's get into it. Alright, so it's very simple, guys. It's very simple. Just say I want to duplicate this one. We'll do this one. Right? We just hold Option and then drag up. You hold Option, and there we go. We've got two clips. We can position this, move this, edit this. We can do what we want with it. We would be creative, right? There's various reasons to do it. We can Option and drag across. So then we've got two clips the same across there. Undo that. If I Option and drag over here, let's see if that works. Even that positions a duplicate in that shot. So that's a good idea. Just say you want to use this clip for an intro at the beginning. You just Option it, hold Option, and then drag it to the beginning. Or you can do it above. You want to do an intro storyline and put them together later. So it's just useful to know. Just useful. Just like I say, just hold Option and drag around, and you'll just duplicate it. So you're not just moving all the time and being bone destructive. Yeah, please consider subscribing if you enjoy these videos. Hit the like button if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. In this short tutorial, I want to show you how to insert a gap or a blank space into your timeline in between clips. I know sometimes it's really tricky to, just sometimes you want to put a space in between. You may want to experiment with something, insert a title or an effect. And if it's just difficult to make space, you can try and move stuff, but it just ends up really, with the magnetic timeline, it's really difficult. So it's very, very easy to insert a gap. So there's a shortcut key, and you position your playhead where you want it, and then you press Option W, and that inserts, in my case, a 3-second gap. Alright, so you can adjust that to a different size if you want to. You may want to make it like 1 second, so Control D, 1 second, 100. Okay, and sometimes you just want a bit of breathing space in your clips. You do see some videos that have a gap, like just a bit of a blank space, or a TV show after a bit of an intense shot. You just want a moment to recap rather than go straight into the next shot. So yeah, it's just good to know this for various reasons, and you can just experiment with things. Okay, so there's nothing else to say about inserting this gap. I hope that's helpful to you. Just Option W and then Control D to set the desired length of the clip. In this short tutorial, I just want to explain about disabling the magnetic timeline. There's times when you want to put some footage on the top, i.e. maybe B-roll. You want to place it above the clips, but then you find it annoying because all the main timeline, the clips just stick together, and you lose all your timings and everything on the bottom. So it's so annoying sometimes, the magnetic timeline. So just don't do that. And like I say, you can do it with any clips, and your timeline just sticks together. So a way to counter this and stop it happening is you can press P, or you go to position, just change to your position tool, and what that enables, it stops your clips from sticking together when you lift them up. Okay, so I want to put this up here now. You see, it creates a blank space, and all the main timeline clips stay in position, and that is ideally what you want. So now you can do what you want with this blank space. You can, put these together. You can cut it. It's up to you. You can cut it like that, slice it. You can delete it. You can do what you want, but most importantly, you can move about your clips on another timeline on the top. So you've got more control, and you're not losing all your positions with your main clip. And you've got music as well that's in the position with those clips, so it'll potentially put your music and audio out of sync as well. But now, yeah, so when you're done with that, you want it back to manage timeline, just press A, or you go back to the select. And that, my friends, is just how you disable it. And it's very, very simple. Just press P and then revert back to A after. Welcome to Final Cut Bits. In this video, I want to show you about filling and fitting, and I will demonstrate what I mean by that. Okay, so I've got a footage here. I've just made this new library called Fit and Fill, and this is the footage I have got. It's a drive video that I recorded in 3:2 format a long time ago. It was a few years ago, and when I first made the video, I ended up with black bars on the edge of the video, right? But I want to show you, well, let's start with the resolution here. This is 2704 by 2028, 50 frames per second. Right, so I'll explain what I mean. I'm going to make a new project. Let's do a project. It's going to go into 1920 by 1080. So HD basically. It's in 50 frames per second, right? So this is the correct one. This is like the YouTube format. So I'm just going to put project name Fit and Fill. Okay, now we've got our project. Right, now you can begin to see what I mean. Right, this is the video. You see the black lines. If I go to full screen, you see they've got black bars on either side. This video is not the same size for 1920, which is a normal kind of YouTube screen, a normal screen. Alright, so the way around this is you go to the right hand side, so this section here, the transform section, scroll down, and here you see type fit and fill. Currently it's set at fit. Alright, so that means it's fitting, it's not overlapping the edges. The edges are fit. Everything that was recorded in the video is fitted in the video, right? So you go to fill, look what happens. In essence, it's cropped it. Alright, it's cropped it, but you've got a trade-off here. You've lost some of the top, some of the bottom, and it's done a bit of a zoom in. So you have to kind of compromise and make sure that you are not losing the footage that you want to lose, and just keep the footage that you want to. But you know, I'd say for sure this footage looks a lot better in this format over the fill. If you look, yeah, because when I first uploaded these videos to YouTube, I had them in this format, like 3:2 format, and I just think it looks better, more of a wide format. So yeah, what you can do, like I said, you go to fill. I'll just bring that in so I can see better. Alright, and we don't really need anything else. Right, so yeah, you can really tinker about with the scale. You know, the fit really, all the fit does is scale it. I'm on the scale bar here, and you see it's just zooming in, but you lose the top and the bottom, and it fills the screen like that. So you can zoom in as much as you want, and just say you want to really zoom in, you can do that, and you can go to these different axes up and down here. You can change that to your liking. So that, my friends, is how you fill the screen. This took me a couple of years to get my head around, so I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope it helps. And just keep it in mind for when you do get those videos that don't fit perfectly. And this technique really does help to, you know, help you to know it. And to reset these parameters, just double click that and reset it. You know, and you're back to zero. You're back to the default. So you know, you just got to tinker around with it. But you know, I just don't like the black bars on the left and right. I think it's wasting real estate, isn't it, really? Guys, are you having this problem like me? You've opened your project here, and you're seeing this missing plugin for your videos, your MP4 videos. They're all imported here, and you try and relink them. You go to the relink, and this does not fix it because you're choosing a file, you get no option. So that isn't a workaround. I think I figured out the issue, how we solve this. So what we need to do, I believe, I'm going to try it now with you, is we need to find the original files, which they're here on the hard drive. I'm going to select them all, which I have done, and then just redrag them into the import window here. It is currently showing them as they are linked, but obviously there's a problem. Drag all them in, and there we go. It seems like nothing's happened, right? And we still can't see our video. So now I've dragged it. Now we need to basically close Final Cut and restart it, and it should be fixed now. So go back to, there we are, voila, you know, it is fixed it. You're having that issue, then just do what I said. I think the biggest reason this is happening, if we go to the import window, when we start the project, we've got leave files in place. So maybe the mistake I'm making is it should have copied to library instead to avoid this issue. I'm not 100% on that, but I will try that for future projects. But for me, this is solved the plugin error, so I hope that's helped you. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to show you about multi-channel audio and how to know, or if you've not able to access your multi-channels audio in Final Cut Pro, and how to find it, how to expand it. So let's get into that now. Let's do it. All right, so I have this this video file here, which is MP4. MP4s can store more than 2 channels of audio. It can store like 6, if not more, possibly. But it can be tricky to kind of learn or find out how to utilize and get the best out of these tracks, to see them, get them to show. And it's like, how do you show multi-channel audio? Right, so I'll tell you what to do. Once you've got your track here, first of all, you need to go to the inspector, which is here, and you go into your audio section. Then you go into your audio configuration. You can see dialogue, and in this case, you can see I've got dialogue 2, which is grayed out and is disabled. This will not play just in a standard like QuickTime player because you end up thinking it's missing. But we are in Final Cut Pro and we need to learn how to show this. So I'll just show you how to do it right now. So we need to tick it first of all. We need to activate it. In this case, dialogue 1 is a desktop audio in OBS. I've got that separate to the mic audio, which is this one, Elgato mic. I've just got this, by the way, and upgraded the Blue Yeti. Hope it sounds all right. But anyway, that's not what this is about. We have enabled the dialogue 2. Right now, we need to show those tracks, those channels, so we can adjust and fine-tune them for our video. We have to click the main clip. Then we go to clip at the menu, go down to expand audio components. That isn't visible in this window, but I've put that as a screenshot. So there is a shortcut to it, but it just seemed kind of a little bit complicated. We'll just do the menu setting for now to remember it. Now it's showing the 2 audio channels, the 2 audio tracks, and now we can tinker. This could be like music, and this is like mic sounds. Sometimes it's good to have different channels so you can tweak and adjust the volume levels more. But that is a bit more detailed. That's a bit more not what this video is about. I've already showed you how to expand them. So now this is pretty much El Presto. The tracks are there, and this is that's my voice and this one. But sometimes you want to separate them initially off the bat. So to disable one, press V. That disables the one channel, and then you're left with the other one. So you can adjust those levels to your liking. All right. This audio on that, obviously too loud there. And to adjust the other one, we press V again, and then we V out the other one, disable it, and then we've got some crazy stuff there, but big music. And yeah, so you can adjust those levels, and when you're happy with that, put that together in a video. And the audio levels, like desktop game audio, is separate from your own mic. The reason in this case I've got 2 separate channels is because I can put a filter in OBS on my mic channel, which filters out a very noisy fan I've got on my laptop right now. So I've got this really good filter in OBS, which just works on that channel alone. If I add it all on one channel, it would mess up the audio from the other channel, the desktop or the browser audio in this case. In this video, I want to show you how you can possibly speed up your video footage when you're editing a video to stop that jerky footage that we all know about. The first technique is Command, turn off background rendering. It's on by default. It also creates huge file sizes in the project file. So you can try turning this off, and that is not always rendering all the time. If you've got multiple clips, a huge timeline, it may be beneficial to turn this off. The second technique is proxy files. I just want to do a very basic example so you can grasp the idea of it if you're not entirely sure. Okay, so we have here 2 files, and we're going to proxify. We're going to create proxies for this one. Okay, which is already in the timeline. So we right click from the import window, you right click the clip. If you have a bunch of clips, you just select them all and do it in one go, like highlight it, press Command A, and then do it the same way. I'm just going to do this one clip. So we right click, transcode media, and here we can choose ProRes proxy at 50%. That means it creates proxies which are half the quality, so they should play back much faster, but it doesn't change the original quality of the final export. Okay, so then we just press OK, and now you're thinking, what do we do now? How do we know? Well, what we need to do is click the clip. We go to the view on the right here, and we can click proxy preferred. Alright, so we can choose the original, or we can choose proxy only. I probably should have picked proxy only to start with. You see, now we've got this little warning sign saying this isn't proxied, but this is proxied. Alright, so let me explain. We've got to put this in the timeline to start with. We change this now. We proxy preferred. That's showing this one. It's showing the original and the proxy one because it's preferring the proxy, but it's not eliminating the non-proxified one, which is fair enough. So it's probably best to keep it in this setting so you don't, all your unproxied media doesn't disappear, or you can just go to the original there if you want to go back. But at the end of the day, you can just do proxy only, and there we go. We can just start working like that. And just to show you, if you've proxied it and then you want to undo that, again, it's like how you do that. What we need to do is click the clip that is proxied. We click File from the menu and then press Delete Generated Clip Files, then Delete Proxy Media. So then you go back to the full original, so you can change this back to the optimized original. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this. It's been a pleasure to talk about it and demonstrate this. If you find this content useful, please subscribe to this channel. Help us grow to 1,000 subscribers and hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.